Barstool Pick'em, we are brought to you by our presenting sponsor, DraftKings Sportsbook. Is anything better than college football? Seems every week there's a no way that just happened upset. The only way to make it better is by getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's super easy for the first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, place your first bet, and for all newbies getting into the college spirit, here's something extra special. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings all college football season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code PICK. That's code PICK for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Boys, we're at week 6. I'm going to say it. I think this is the official apple picking weekend. I think this is a bad week. This is the weekend I'm going to go. I'm not apple picking, but I think I'm going to take my kids and we're going to get all the Halloween decorations, do shit like that, gear up for next week, which is an incredible slate. But I was struggling to find 5 games to talk about. I don't know if you guys looked at the board and had the same reaction, but I think this is it. I think this is the weekend that you tell everyone, your loved ones, hey, whatever you want to do on Saturday, I'm open, knowing what's happening next weekend.
Keeneland opening day Saturday.
Wow.
Keeneland. Are you going to go?
No, but I will be betting it. So I actually have apple picking written down on the calendar for Friday. But Saturday, college football in Keeneland. I've been jonesing for some horses. So I'm excited for that. So it is Keeneland opening day. I agree the card's not great, but I do love betting on Keeneland.
Yeah. Yeah, especially it's also the card's not great. And then next week we have
it's loaded.
Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, USC, Texas, Oklahoma. There's one other game that I'm missing that's like Ole Miss, LSU. It's going to be an incredible weekend next weekend. So I just looked at this slate and I was like, all right, this is it. This is the one where we can go, watch it on the phone, go pick up the Halloween decorations, be around all day.
Well, we're going to be, I don't even know. We're going to be at Red River Rivalry next week.
Yeah, which I am so excited. That's the one game that I think we've talked about going to more that we haven't gone
So
to.
that's close to Dallas?
Yeah, it's the Texas State Fair. They play it neutral.
Yeah, and the Texas State Fair is in Dallas. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Or near there. Like I was figuring it all out because I'm going to go to the State Fair on Friday and do like bunch of like one bite rankings just with all the wacky shit.
You are going to feel
that's going to be
so gross.
It's a lot of food.
Horrible. But thanks,
fried,
Rico.
deep fried.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try just probably do like 2 weeks of like reviews there, which is wacky fried food.
Yeah. Rico, what's up with the pull over there? You just trying to rip off Fanta?
No, I'm not. It's Coastal Carolina. Shout out to people at Coastal Carolina.
That was Fanta had all the pictures yesterday.
I know it was UNCW, same colors, but
okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of sweatsuits.
Did you see those pictures, Dave? Anything Fanta does, I'll text you. Anything Fanta does, like I'm instant. He's on my instant retweet list, where it's just like if Fanta has a picture, if Fanta does anything, I'm just like, yup.
I'm going
retweet.
to look now.
All right, hold on. I'll send you. He looked so good. It was UNCW.
Oh yeah, he's wearing a polo.
Yeah, but he was with the.
He's with the mascot.
Where the hell is it?
I'm watching it. The mascot's not in this video I'm looking at.
Yeah, hold on. I'll send you the pictures. He's just something about Fanta. I just can't.
Well, he's an electric factory. That's what.
His Browns updates have just become like must watch after every game. Look at this picture, Dave. I'm sending it to you right now.
Fanta came over my house. Did I tell you that?
What?
Yeah. What house was it?
Look at this picture I just sent you, Dave. It's just pure, unadulterated. Like I almost want to get that picture framed for the studio. He's just,
That's an unbelievable picture.
It's the best.
Which house?
Which house?
What house was it?
And why was he coming over?
His wife is a huge Miss Peaches fan.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Wait, no. Are you thinking the Final Four?
Yes.
When he came to your hotel?
Yes.
That's what it
Yes.
was. Yeah, the Final Four.
He came.
Elephant brain. Elephant brain.
Fanta and his wife came to the hotel because she was just obsessed with Miss Peaches.
Yeah, right. So he's like, I never call him favors, but like, can we meet Miss Peaches? Right.
Yeah.
I love Fanta. Fanta looks like a guy in this picture. He looks like the coach.
Yeah.
And he should be like running a drill like a Hoosiers drill where he's shuffling his feet and like run across. Yeah, he's universally well liked.
Yes.
He's the best.
All right. So, a couple other things I want to talk about before we get to picks and records and everything. Dave, update on Michigan and the quarterback.
Yes.
That went super viral.
Real quick.
Yeah. So I talked to the coach. I've been hit up by virtually every single person under the sun. So we got to explore it. The problem, I know what my next move. I got to reach out to a guy, get the right number. But there's a lot of like the collective right now is involved in what they want to do. We need a quarterback. I don't want to deal with the collective. I've said that. So we'll see what happens. We don't have a quarterback clearly. I'm a little curious. We have a guy in the system and he's being redshirted. Like, is it Jaden Daniels? Is that the guy's name?
That would not be his name. 100% not.
Jaden Love?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Jaden Love. Is that his name?
The hell's this guy's name?
Did you just do you just did Jaden Daniels, then you did Jordan Love. And you combined them.
Jaden Sanders?
Close.
Who's the guy we got in the system? Michigan, red shirt, QB. But it's like, why is this guy red shirting it right now? Wait, it's Jaden Davis.
Jaden Davis. Okay.
What did I say? Jaden Daniels?
You said Jaden Daniels, then you said Jaden Love.
I know that's the Washington guy, but Jaden Davis kind of counts.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
That is 75%.
I don't.
Okay.
Is that his name, Jaden Davis? I don't know why. And I'm hearing this guy's pretty good. Jaden Davis, Michigan quarterback.
Okay. So I mean, they probably want to build him up.
But why is he not playing?
He might not be ready.
How can you be less ready?
True.
Like, I mean,
you have a quarterback.
He's a freshman. He's a freshman, but the freshmen can play in this league. No,
yeah, they could play.
That's a little befuddling to me. So he's supposedly the next guy up for Michigan, but I don't know how. We have no quarterback, so I've kind of come to the realization we're not going to repeat as national champions. We're just not, because we don't have a quarterback.
So beat Ohio.
But the problem I have with Michigan is they're a national championship team everywhere but quarterback.
Right.
If we had a quarterback, I think they could compete with anybody. They have 3 top 15 picks, depending on what you look at. Best player, best tight end in the country, best interior lineman, defensive lineman in the country, best cornerback in the country. They're loaded, but the quarterback situation is appalling. So they got a tough game this week at Washington. Washington was a brutal beat for me last week. They dominated Rutgers. Don't know how they lost. One mistake after another. They should have beaten Rutgers by 30. They lost. That's going to be a tough game up in Washington for Michigan without a quarterback. So
it's tough because you switched, too. Didn't you switch to Rutgers?
Yeah, it was the right move. It was the right move.
Yeah.
Off the top, Washington it didn't score from the 1. Well, they missed the wide open guy. The guy was just wide open. They didn't score a touchdown. They had too many men on the field on a blocked field goal. Like the guy was an inch on the sideline. Next play, touchdown for Rutgers. They missed 3 field goals. They had the only time drives got stopped were personal fouls, offensive linemen jumping on a pile. Rutgers couldn't do anything. Schiano magic at Rutgers, fine, but Washington looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Washington looked pretty good. It's going to be a tough game for Michigan this week.
Rutgers had 521 yards to Washington had 521 yards to Rutgers 299. They were
insane.
8.5 yards per play versus 8.5 yards per pass versus 4.8. It was crazy.
They dominated the entire game. I mean, they dominated from the open and the loss. So there was a couple, 2 big plays for Rutgers. So the point, I'm sure we'll talk about it, Michigan without a quarterback going to Washington, rematch to the national championship. It's going to be a tough game for Michigan.
So Dave,
No quarterback. We got no quarterback.
The other fallout from that is I obviously got a bunch of people hitting me up to be like, let's do the same thing for Wisconsin, and I'm in the works. I want it on the record. I'm a man of action. Wisconsin's quarterback will probably cost considerably less than Michigan's, but I think I have a plan, and essentially I think I'm going to be able to do what you laid out. It's going to be, though, contingent on basically anyone who lives in the state of Wisconsin, who went to Wisconsin, who cares about the Badgers, who knows someone who has a business, is going to have to buy Stella Blue coffee when I say the word go. If enough people buy the Stella Blue coffee when I say the word go, we're gonna buy a quarterback, and he's gonna be the spokesperson for Stella Blue coffee, and we're gonna be able to afford it. So I've already had advanced talks with high level people, coaches, everything. I'm going to give the word go, so everyone hold. We'll buy it now anyway. But it literally needs to be just like every single person in the state of Wisconsin needs to buy Stella Blue coffee, and then we're ready to go.
My problem with the NIL, besides it's a lot of money just to kind of throw out the window, but I'm willing to do it. I do not want to talk to other people.
Correct.
I don't want to. I am not trying to get in the middle of NIL. I do not want people I don't know calling me. I don't want to talk to this guy. I don't want emails from that guy. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that.
Everyone's got their hand in it.
Yes.
And it's like I don't know about you, Dave, but like there's one guy at Wisconsin I need to talk to outside of the coaching staff, but there's one guy I need to talk to. I have talked to that guy. Anyone else who hits me up, it's like, it's not going to – I don't want to do it.
I like Van Pelt hitting me up, being like, hey, this guy wants to talk to you. I had Daniela, my assistant, someone at Michigan wants to – No, I don't want to talk to any of you. I talked to Sharon. I talked to him.
Yeah.
I have his number. We talked. He told me the one guy I got to talk to. There's one guy I talked to. I've not talked to that person. I will, and then we'll see.
That's off and running.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to
have conferences. You're not going to be in meetings. You're not going to be in group threads.
And I've said this, the collective, there's a company involved in the Mission Collective that I fucking hate.
Yeah.
And I had a bad experience with Barstool with them. I will not associate with this company ever. So that almost, they're out. So I got to see.
Yeah.
And I don't want middlemen. I don't want any of it. If I get
Top
the quarterback, I want the quarterback's cell phone number just because it's like we got a schedule when we're doing our things with Barstool, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. But I was able – I want to thank you, Dave, because your clip got me to the one guy I needed to get to at Wisconsin that I now have had that conversation, and we're gonna put together a plan. We're going to put together a plan. We're going to have everyone, like I said, whenever
PFT was whining because I said the Michigan quarterback's going on part of my take. He's like, well, what if the JMU?
I didn't agree to that.
What?
Yeah, he said he didn't agree to that. And then he's like, what about, he's going after Sluka.
43% completion percentage.
The UNLV kid.
Yeah. Listen, our guy Blutman, I've told you, is a weapon.
Yeah, he was
Did
all
he
over
not
that.
tell us
Yeah,
that
he was all
Haj
over
was
that.
the guy?
I didn't touch it. I wish I did.
I hammered UNLV, and that was the easiest bet. I had a terrible weekend. Before we do the
who's
the
in
recap.
charge of the records? Like, they tried to fuck me.
A lot of ads.
Why? What happened? So the records. What happened, Dave?
I was two things. I fucked up the group or the Barstool betting group. I thought that when you turned on notifications for you, it would send me like a direct message every time you place a bet. I guess that's not how it works. So
It should work that way.
I agree, and they're working on that. You have to turn on notifications for the whole betting group, so every single person who places a wager, you have to get a notification for it. They're looking into it. Then my math was just super stupid, so that's
unbelievable. He said I was at my record was 43 and 44, and they said I was 55% on the season.
They got Excel sheets for that, Jackie.
I was on a call and I panicked when you tweeted.
You know what that is? Jackie's going. He's probably was on a call with his travel agent to go to Ibiza. That's probably what it was.
I was not.
So they missed a bunch of games for me right off the bat. Like I had a very good week. I had my best weekend, so I'm back right where I like to be, and that's in charge for the Pat Hill.
Yeah, so you're 49.4%. I'm 48.9%. I had a terrible Saturday. Rico, you're 47.1%. I can't win Immortal to save my life. I'm 1-4. Same with Bubba, Hank, Dave, Rico, all 2 and 3. Zupi and Jackie Tables 3-2, and Ebo's
on fire.
5-0 in Mortals.
It's pretty good.
I just keep adding. I think he's going to be in here in a second, but man, he's been on fire.
I've given, and we do this early. Kevin Hayes texts me every morning for a pick. I think I'm 5-0.
Holy shit!
Yeah, with his. He didn't even fucking thank me. He didn't thank me. I gave him Illinois because Illinois would have been my one. I've been screwed a couple times because
No, Illinois against Penn State.
What'd you just say, Rico?
You've been screwed a few times with Illinois specifically.
Yeah, right, because you can't do Illinois. Yeah, I liked Illinois.
Okay, quick break to talk about our wonderful sponsor, GameTime Tickets. They're exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, and football season is here, so we can't wait to get out some games this fall with the help of GameTime, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love GameTime. Now with their brand new GameTime Picks feature, they're making it even easier to get to a game. GameTime Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. The Barstool College Football Show is going to Red River next weekend. I plan on going to that game. I plan on using GameTime to get into that game. If you're looking for tickets this weekend, Rico has some tickets he's been looking for Mizzou and Texas A&M. Rico, what do you got?
It's the game of the weekend. The mezzanine section. I like being a little bit up. $138 puts you right in the end zone. Looking down, you see the whole play unfold over. It's basically watching the old 22, Dan.
I love it.
A little bit up. You know what I mean?
I love it. So use the GameTime Picks deal for great seats only on GameTime. You can get into that game with the GT Picks. Just hit that button when you're searching for a game. Pull up your chosen event. Turn on the GT Picks setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local GameTime Picks deals near you on the GameTime app homepage. So what are you waiting for? If you're trying to go to that game this weekend, game of the weekend, Mizzou, Texas A&M, go right now to GameTime app and use code PICK'EM. PICK'EM, that's PICKEM. PICK'EM to easily score great deals with new GameTime Picks. What time is it? Game time. All right, I had two other things I want to talk about before we do the card. Rico, how you feeling about the Mets? Playoff baseball.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, a great win last night. We got Mania going today. We're a little bit of a favorite. I think we take care of business. That's, old takes exposed, but I think we get it done in 2. And then we get a little bit of a piece of the Phillies, which is what we want.
Yeah.
It's house money. This is a season of house money. We're not going to win the whole thing, but it's been a great memory. It's been great memories. They're a
Why do you say you're not going to win the whole thing?
Because we just don't have enough to win the whole thing. I don't think we have enough to win the whole thing.
That's loser talk.
I don't know about loser talk. I don't think we have the pitching to win the whole thing. Going up against the Phillies and then the Dodgers, it's a tough.
Whoa,
tough
the
sledding.
Pods, whoa, dude. We just passed over the Padres?
No, Padres are up there.
Whoa, you just going up against the Phillies and the
Dodgers if the
did
seeds
you place
hold.
a future, Dan?
I did. Bad price. Padres.
What do you got them at?
Plus 750. Bad price. But I think they're really good. So that's why.
You like the Padres?
Yeah,
that's why.
Hank has them at 14-1. Speaking of, this is I'm legally obligated to mention this on any show. Travis Hunter should be the Heisman.
Yes.
Travis Hunter should be the Heisman. Did you guys see Urban Meyer?
That first touchdown run from fucking the Boise State running back the other week, he's insane. Unbelievable.
He's insane. I'm worried about him because he's on pace to break like every record. But Colorado they were 14-point underdogs. They won at UCF.
Yeah. Yep.
Urban Meyer and Brandon Marshall before the game said that Travis Hunter would not be able to handle the heat in Florida. He's from Florida, by the way. He had 128 snaps, 9 catches, 89 yards, touchdown, and an interception. He is the Heisman. Completely unbiased take from me. Has nothing to do with the fact that I have him at 40-1. He's the Heisman.
Just so you know, Bosco, the Mets are like right in the middle of the pack.
I know. I'm not getting I'm not getting too ahead of ourselves. We snuck into the wild card.
Total disrespect for the Tigers being second to last choice, up 1-0, and the best pitcher in baseball. Dan? You texted like a second before I did. So everyone,
instant. I just said Tarek Skubal, Haas, and then almost like must have been 30 seconds later that you said the same exact thing. He's awesome.
There hasn't been a Haas like that in a while.
He's my Cy Young. Remember I texted you, Dave?
I know.
The envelope.
I know. I wish I took it. I got that. People are like, but he's like an old school
Yes.
Josh Beckett, the guy from San Francisco, Bumgardner.
Lester.
This guy is a hoss, and you don't hit hosses in the playoffs.
Nope.
You don't hit hosses. So the Tigers, to me, are value because the day of the hoss,
Yeah.
there hasn't been a hoss in a long time where it's like he pitches you, it's just like that's a win. Like you score, he's a hoss.
Do you know when he was like cemented his Haas legacy to me? Obviously, he's going to be the Cy Young. He's going to win the Cy Young. He's been incredible all year. But like the last piece of Haas was in that game 1 against the Astros when he got a little injured, and he basically just yelled at his injury. And then just was not injured anymore. He like screamed at his own injury and was like, "You're not fucking injured," and then just went and kept on pitching.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's gonna be great for a long time. Just big. It always power fastballs in the postseason. That's what wins. Just gas.
Yeah, I fucking love him.
And he looks like a hoss. He looks like he's just right out of the hoss factory.
Yeah, he's like 6'3".
Where's he from?
He is from California.
That's the only non-hoss thing about him.
But
Usually
hold on,
they're from like Texas or like Nebraska or something.
Where is Hayward, California? Yeah,
Wyoming.
It's NorCal. So that adds a little hoss to him. Little NorCal. Where'd he go to school? Oh no, he went straight from
High school.
Yeah, he's a hoss. He's a fucking hoss. I like him. Wait, his dad's a coach. That adds to his hoss.
I knew that. He was like a teacher.
Yep, his dad's a coach and a teacher. That definitely adds to his hoss. Okay, let's talk games. Like I said, not the best slate, but we're a football show. Oh, Jackie Tables. Did you have anything for Bosco? The Riders love Jackie Tables. There was that comment that said Jackie Tables is actually carrying Pick'em this year. I happen to agree. Do you have anything?
I got nothing this week.
He's had a clean week.
Yeah.
He's doing his shows.
He's good. Yeah, the video. I heard he filmed a great video with Frank.
You did?
Yeah. Frank's like history of Mets fandom.
Oh, I love
I
that.
actually did hear, though, did you ask Donnie to do an episode of his show and just put it on your channel?
No, not that. He's going to
Uh-oh.
It's a variety of it, Jack. It's a variety.
I'm kidding. He was joking about it yesterday.
Okay. All right, so games this weekend. Like I said, it's slim pickings, but I found 5.
Bosco did ask, and I don't want to talk surviving Barstool at all, but came back to me. Everyone's obviously was there that he asked for this week of work off.
No, that's not true.
This week?
Yeah.
That's not true. I said mentally we're out of it. That's what I said. I said mentally we're out of it.
It was brought to me you asked for this week off.
But I didn't, though. So either way, I didn't. So either
get
way.
up and work.
You were noticeably absent from an electric Met stream.
Yes.
Oh, that was I was glued to that Met stream. When you had
I missed that one.
Frank
I'll be there tonight.
ripping sitcoms to get runs out of the Mets, and then Kevin and Frank hugging was like, it almost brought a tear to my eye.
That was quite literally Rocky 4.
I texted
if you
Kevin.
Can change, we can.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I texted Austin. I said, when? I go, what is going on? When did that happen?
Yeah,
when did this?
It was crazy. I texted Kevin. I was just like, I was glued to this. I cannot believe what I just saw.
I couldn't believe they hugged. I couldn't believe they hugged. That's sports.
That's sports. And then Meek Phil crying. Ugly crier.
Yes.
Ugly crier. And
Frank's video after was like one of the most like breaking the fourth wall videos of all time.
what did he say? I missed it.
He was like, "This has restored my hope in the franchise."
Wow.
Like,
a lot of,
it
lot of things
was
were
insane.
happening. And Bosco was nowhere to be found. But a lot of things
I'll be there
were
tonight.
well, yeah, I'm sure you'll get another game like that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a once-in-a-million game. I mean, literally,
Phil
Frank and
just
Kevin
hyster-
hugged.
I can't get enough of Meek Phil.
It
almost here's a blog that I don't want to say that I'm gonna write because I don't want to pin myself to it, but I think I'm gonna write it. And that stream made me think about it. If I was if it's like, all right, I'm starting Barstool over. I'm going to go back into an office. I need people around me redrafting Barstool. Now, real life. So like, Dan, you can't, like, you wouldn't be on it. You're too expensive. I'm talking like
You're
looking
going
at
Milton.
salaries.
You're going like
Yeah,
2010
yeah,
Milton.
like salaries, everything. Like Meek Phil is that dude. Like hysterically crying over like the second wild card when you got another game. It's like you're almost guaranteed both teams are in because the other team's not going to try. He is Meek Phil. Like, I mean,
You got to do that blog.
I know it's a good blog.
Because that
Redrafting
is
Barstool.
like saying like, yeah, like you're like everything falls apart.
Well, you got to give yourself a salary. You got to give yourself like 500K.
A salary cap,
like,
yeah,
you gotta,
where it's like
you can afford one big time player, and then you got to
you couldn't. That would
get
be the whole
value.
salary. You couldn't afford it. You're with that being a salary cap. You're not.
True.
It may be like the
million.
biggest
Give yourself
guy
a
I would
million.
get. The biggest guy I get would probably be Gaz, because Gaz I can probably still afford, and he still is the guy who's constantly stirring trouble. Like
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear about the trouble he wants to tell me about. It's like I don't want to be bothered, but he's still stirring it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. I think
Meek Phil would be like maybe
high.
first.
I think Dukes would be high too because you need that like office
He's
dummy.
just such an idiot. Yeah.
And it'd be
Yeah.
cheap, and you just like throw him in there.
There's a bunch of guys like
Che
that.
would be a conversation.
Yeah.
Where would I fit in?
Che would
Where would
be
I
a
fit in?
conversation.
You'd be in there. You'd be a headache. You'd eat up a decent amount of budget, depending on what it is. But you'd be in there. I like that kid. I like the kid who kept trying out for Florida that you got.
Jacob. Yeah, and oh my God, Jacob, he is so annoying, Dave. He just all he does is ask me. He does like the simplest task. I'll be like, Jacob, fucking, like, here, take this hat, put it on my desk. Like that will literally be the task. And he'll come right back and he'll go, did I do a good job? Did I do a good job?
Hey.
It's like, shut the fuck up. He just asks that a million times.
I mean, Meek Phil honestly may be the first. He's the one that prompted it. And then I'm watching the stream. Did you see was it Meek Phil and Clemmer hug and celebrate? I mean, this stream, this Mets crew.
We got the best Mets crew.
They're
We have the
from-
best
they're from
Mets crew.
Outer space.
Like- They're the best. And Clem is back there, and he's so nervous he didn't even say a word for 5 innings.
Clem would 100% be on. I don't know if he'd come in, but Clem in there. Yeah. I mean, Tommy is good. Tommy is literally in silent moments. He's like, I don't know if I can survive the postseason if I have to root against the Mets and for the Yankees. I may redraft it. I may do a redraft.
Tommy is more nervous about the Mets than the Yankees.
I know. He
Crazy.
can't take the Mets.
I love playoff baseball because it's something about I think it's very specifically Barstool too, because we have a bunch of people who love football, but we have baseball guys that are just baseball guys.
That's all Kevin really cares about.
Yeah.
He'll be a Jets guy, but he lives, breathes, sleeps Mets.
Kevin, Meek Phil, Tommy, Hubs, all these guys, even Max is Phillies are he loves the Phillies. So it's we have this group of guys that are just all imagine if the White Sox ever got good again.
Yeah,
White Sox
they're our equivalent. We kind of have it in hockey a little bit with Borelli and Marina. We have people who that's their core, and that you can't fake it. So yeah, I may do a redraft. I could put everyone on a list. And it would be a good blog. Here is who I would go to war with if I started over. Meek Phil. I mean, he really has. I love Meek Phil. He's just such a weird, interesting.
Have you spent any? Is this love from the outside? Have you spent any time with him? Because that's the other thing you have to
He's a
think
lot
about if you're
spending time with him.
No,
Why?
I'm in
What's he
there
like,
with him.
Rico?
Nothing.
No.
He's just a lot. He's a lot. He's a constant troll, but he's the best.
No,
He always does
I've seen
troll
him.
you.
I first noticed Meek Phil when he was filming a fight under a table from an inch away. I was like, who is this guy holding a camera at this fight, literally half an inch away? And they're oh, that's Meek Phil. And then I started noticing more. He gave me a pick in the cave, lost, terrible pick. And then I watched this. I mean, who the hell cries like that?
You've seen the dog shit video. That's one of my favorite Meek Phil videos.
Yeah, the milk.
Yeah.
I've seen it all.
Who put this dog shit here? He just steps in the middle of the office.
He's somebody you can go to war. You need guys who are there. Like, he's always there.
He's
no Bosco. It's like if the Mets are playing, he's there.
Yeah, he was. Meek Phil is one of those guys. We got a few of them. Jack Mack is the other one, where it's like they were born like by the internet. They're like Tarzan. Like Tarzan was raised by like the animals in the jungle. Meek Phil and Jack Mack were raised by internet. That's their parents. So there's just something beautiful.
Blutman, they're like park computer.
Yeah, Blutman would be another one.
The other one.
You'd
Blutman,
have to
100%.
take Blutman. Yeah.
Blutman's a no-brainer. He is a no-brainer.
We got fucking Blutman's grandfather's ashes in this office.
Yeah, no, Blutman is 100. He's grown on me. I've said that. Dark Alley stats guy. Blutman is 100. Like, you put Blutman, Meek Phil, and then me running it. Like, you only need 2 more guys, and you're a competitor to Barstool on a national scale, like, quickly.
All right. Let's do some games.
Yep.
By the way, our cards are brought to you by DraftKings, which I mentioned at the top of the show. This week, DraftKings has a college football parlay profit boost. All you have to do is head to the app, opt into the Barstool Boost, and make your bet. So head to the app now and claim this week's offer. Ebo's still going to be in on his, so he's going to do the mortal. Dave and Rico, I'm out. I can't win a mortal to save my life. I want the people to maybe win a mortal parlay, so I'm out of that. First game, so I have 5 of them. Cuse versus UNLV, Friday night. UNLV's -6.5. Haj, Blutman told us about him. He's electric. Haj is the real deal. Over-under's 58.5. Rico, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I like UNLV a lot here. Offense is turned up. I like what they're doing with the scoring. Haj might be is better than Saluka. Give me Haj. Give me UNLV.
All right, Dave.
I'm going to take Syracuse. I think this game's a little bit close. It has nothing to do with quarterbacks. UNLV is good. I've won on UNLV, but I don't think I think this is the best team UNLV has played. I like the points. I think it's close. I'll take Syracuse. Don't love the game. Not going to bet the game. Always an asterisk. This is not a game I'll bet, but gun to head Syracuse.
Yeah, I kind of like Syracuse as well, but I'll take the over in this game. I don't love the side. I think the UNLV bump was last week where they just destroyed it and everyone rallied, and now they maybe come back down to earth and struggle a little with Syracuse. Probably win. So I'll take the over there. Next game, Saturday, Mizzou at Texas A&M. This is the only ranked versus ranked game. Rico, thoughts?
Line screams A&M, seems like. Take A&M.
Why do you think that line screams A&M?
A&M unranked at home favorite.
I mean, Missouri's played like fucking
or
poop.
A&M's 25 or whatever in some polls, but
And Missouri's played like poop.
I'm going to take A&M.
I'm taking A&M, but I almost think it's. I think the obvious pick is A&M.
Yeah, because people
like at home, Missouri's played like trash. A&M's always a tough place to play. This seems to me, Missouri has looked awful.
Awful. And A&M, is A&M still going with that fucking guy at quarterback, Connor, whatever?
Wegman?
Yeah, he stinks. Maybe he's gotten a little bit better, but oh man.
No, they went with Reed.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
He went 11 of 22, 163, 2 TDs.
All right, I guess I'll go A&M, but I don't like this game.
I'm going
like
A&M, but why Bosco?
I don't like to. I'm not betting the game, but I'm going to take A&M.
I'm taking A&M. This game, I have it on my sheet, but now I'm nervous about it. Talking now, I feel like I'm walking into a trap door.
Big time trap door. Big time trap door. I'm just looking at my numbers here. Yeah, because like you said, Dave, Mizzou's look like shit. Wouldn't this be the game that they're all of a sudden they look great and everyone's like, oh fuck, that was obvious.
Yeah,
Give me Mizzou. Give me Mizzou. I'll take Mizzou. All right. Next one, Ole Miss, South Carolina. South Carolina plus 9.5, over under 53.5. Ole Miss just pissing down their leg at home against Kentucky, 17-point favorites.
Kentucky's good.
Yes,
Kentucky is good.
Defense is good.
I like South Carolina plus 9.5. This isn't a reaction to the Kentucky Ole Miss game. It's more that Ole Miss, I guess it is. Ole Miss offensive line is not good. South Carolina does have a good defensive line. I think this
Is
would
their
be
quarterback
back?
back?
I don't know. Can we find that out
He got hurt.
against
A
LSU?
couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I don't know where he's playing. I like South Carolina in this game, but I'd like the quarterback to be playing. But yeah, Kentucky had Georgia on the ropes, and then they won this game. So I mean, Kentucky just had that one awful game against Louisville, right?
They had, what was it?
I think it was Louisville. They lost by like 30.
No, because they didn't play Louisville already, did they?
No, I did. I think they redid the schedules.
Oh.
That was the game. I'm like, why are they playing so soon?
Hold on, let me find it.
Quarterback's
No,
practicing.
Louisville has not played Kentucky.
So who smashed
Oh,
Kentucky? South Carolina.
South Carolina. Kentucky
Yeah,
was like
that
a
was
10-point favorite.
Yeah.
And they-
That's the game that skewed everybody.
Yeah. The quarterback's practicing.
Yeah, he's practicing, and Evo says he's on top of the depth chart.
All right, so I'm going to take South Carolina plus 9.5.
Same.
I like Ole Miss.
Love that.
Ole Miss almost a loss.
Okay.
Bounce back.
Okay. Next game, Dave, Michigan at Washington.
I'm
I
taking
see-
Michigan because Michigan, man, I've already explained this game. I hate this game. I hate it. It's a terrible spot for Michigan because if you haven't been watching Washington, they just shot both their foots off. They should have beaten that Rutgers team like a drum. Washington's always a tough place to play. There's a must game for Jeb Fish. And Washington is not that bad. They're actually pretty fucking good. And we don't have a quarterback. So put all those things together. Now, Michigan can run the ball, and this Khalil Mullings is a fucking beast. So it won't shock me. I'm not going to bet the game. I'm going to root for Michigan, but this is a bad spot for them.
Rico.
Washington. I think the thing is the difference with the quarterback, like Dave said. Michigan needs to make plays with the quarterback. I don't think they will. I'm going to take Washington.
They're not going to make plays with the quarterback. They're not even going to attempt to make plays with the quarterback. They're going to have to run it down their throat and get away with it.
That's
Yep.
the key, though. As
Washington.
long as they don't attempt plays,
They won't attempt them.
it might be okay.
I would put back in the other kid, to be honest, Warren Davis. Warren. Just run the ball up. At least you have the threat of a downfield pass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, last game, Coke versus Woke, Miami at Cal. Cal plus 10.5. Over-under is 54.5. Game day going to Cal.
Crazy they're going there.
There's the ACC game, which is also crazy, just to say out loud. What do you guys think, Rico? I'll start with you.
I'll take the over. I think Miami's going to score. I'll take the over.
Cal is in the ACC?
Yeah.
Yes.
So is Stanford.
I didn't know that.
So is SMU, right?
Yeah.
Cal in the ACC. That stinks. I'll take is it my turn?
Yeah.
I'll take Cal, but I don't love it. Miami. By the way, I think that was the right call in the Hail
Agreed.
Mary.
Agreed.
Like, I don't, that's just not a catch. So I know they call it touchdown on the field. Not a catch to me. I'm going to take Cal to keep this thing close.
I agree with you, Dave. The Cal Twitter shit just has me swept up. They're so fucking funny. They're just leaning in to everything.
And I think Miami showed their, like, Miami, I was ready. I thought Miami was like, oh, Miami's back. They're not back. They're not back.
No. They've beaten up on some pretty bad teams, and then they struggled with Virginia Tech, who lost to Vandy. I mean, I know Vandy.
Yeah, Virginia Tech's bad. I had high hopes for Virginia Tech coming into the season. They stink.
Okay. Barstool Pick'em is brought to you by our friends at Amazon. Thursday Night Football is on, and it's only on Prime Video. If you're listening to us right now, tonight, we've got a huge NFC South battle as the Bucs take on the Falcons. Join Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung for this crucial divisional matchup. This is going to tell us who's good in the NFC South. So coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party. TNF tonight, live from Atlanta. Not a Prime member, not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial, and you can cancel at any time. It's the Bucs and Falcons at 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday Night Football, and it's on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details. Dave, you want to do your card first?
Sure. Even though we talked this out, I'm sticking with A&M minus 2.5 at home against Missouri. I have Ohio State minus 20.5 at home at Iowa. I'm not sure Iowa can score. Ohio has gone not cover. They did cover last week, so maybe this is the wrong, but I'm on them again. South Carolina plus 9 at home against Ole Miss. Clemson minus 14.5 on the road against Florida State. Minnesota plus 8 at home against USC. Shame on me. When I saw Wisconsin beating USC, and USC was plus 200 live. I got distracted. That was the easiest. I look at the stats.
Ever.
USC at 9,000 yards, but a bunch of turnovers, and I missed it. But it's October. This is the first real road Big Ten game that USC. I don't know what the weather is, but I assume it's going to be cold-ish. I just think they get bludgeoned here by Big Ten weather and stuff. So I'm going to take Minnesota, keep it close. And then the over in Tennessee, Arkansas, 59.5.
Okay, Rico. I like
Navy.
that pick. I like that Arkansas over. I'm going to take that. Put that on my card, Jack.
Sure. Navy minus 10. I don't think Air Force can score. I know these Service Academy games are going to be close, but I think Navy runs away with it.
Well, timeout. So you don't think it's going to be close?
I know that Service Academy games historically are usually close. Yes. But I don't think this one's going to be close. No.
I don't know that there's any factual basis to what you just said.
Service Academy's playing close games. I feel like Service Academies play close games.
I don't know if that's true at all.
Army Navy's pretty close almost every year.
They just don't score a lot.
Right. And Air Force can't score, so you would think it would be close. But I'm going to take Navy. Navy. I love what Navy's offense is doing. They're airing it out a little bit. I know Dave doesn't believe
Whoa!
that. They're airing it out a little bit. They're throwing the ball. I'm telling you. They had a
Call
big pass
back.
we were watching.
Remember last year when you said Navy was going to air it out?
Yes. They throwing the ball this time. I'm telling you, they can throw it. They threw a touchdown pass last week. They can throw the ball. Ole Miss minus 9, UCF minus 2.5. I just don't buy this Florida team. I think UCF comes in and wins that one. And Texas Tech, Arizona over 64.5.
Hold on, I'm going to look up Navy. I want to see this.
I'm trying. I'm doing the same thing, Dan. Navy versus Air Force.
All right, Rico. 11 passes last week. That is a little airing it out.
I'm telling you.
12 passes the week before. I 9 passes a week. I mean, that's for Navy. That is airing it out.
Yes.
They're averaging over 10 passes a game.
Why can't I'm not looking at that. I'm trying to see the records. He says historically close. Navy versus Air Force. Last year it was 17-6 Air Force, so that's not overly close. Navy's lost 4 in a row.
To Air Force?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Air Force has been good.
Hold on, I'll find it. I got
23-3, 47, 34-25, 35-7, 48-45,
These are not close.
28-14, 33-11.
Okay, so you're wrong, Rico.
Yeah. So last year was 11-point difference.
Then
Then
3, that's
then
close.
20, then 33, then 9, then 28, then 3, then 14, then 22.
A lot of close ones in there.
Not
then
really.
9, then
Yeah, so-
18, then 7. No, that's not a lot of close ones.
No, there's
Then
no
1. You forgot to read the 1,
Well, no,
then 8,
but
then 3.
yeah, no, it's
then
all over
6.
the place. Well, now we're going
1,
back like
2,
20 years.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. In the last 10 years, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the last 10 years have been double digits,
Okay.
and then there's 2 others that are 9-point wins.
So 2
All right.
score games. So,
So
9 out of the last 10 years have been at least 2 score games.
All right. You check the stats, you learn something new.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to take that Arkansas Tennessee over with Dave. I'm going to take Duke. I think they're 9.5-point dogs now. I have I had UNC Pittsburgh over 64.
I like
That's
that.
a respect bet out of my game of the year. From
That
a couple
was like,
years ago.
was that the game that was like 60-50 like last year or 2 years ago?
I just know I won my game of the year like 3 or 4 years ago with Kenny Pickett. He signed the jersey for me. I needed overtime. It was like the craziest win ever. By the way, I've gotten justice for my game. My last game of the year was the SEC Championship, Georgia and Alabama over. I said on the college football show that I was going for a personal revenge game on Saturday, the over in the Georgia-Alabama game. And if I hit that, I am then ready, locked, and loaded for another game of the year. I hit that, so there will be another game of the year at some point. I'm back. to being able to feel confident enough to unload on something. So I feel good about that. I'll add some more to my card, but that's what I got right now.
All right, let's take a quick break from Pick'em to tell you about our friends at Factor. Sweater weather pairs perfectly with savory fall foods, but with your busy schedule, sometimes it's hard to eat the way you'd like to. That's where Factor comes in. Their chefs do the shopping and chopping to bring you fresh, never frozen, fully cooked meals right to your doorstep. All you have to do is heat and eat. All of their meals are dietitian approved, so you know you're getting the nutrition you need along with the flavors you crave. When it comes to meals, everyone wants the same thing, options. That's why Factor offers 35 wholesome meals every week, including gourmet plus, keto, calorie smart, vegan, and veggie, so you'll always have something you love that suits you for your lifestyle. There's more to Factor than just lunches and dinners. It's from easy breakfast, smoothies, delectable midnight snacks. Factor has over 60-plus add-ons to keep you fueled and focused 24/7. And with a plethora of flavors, you'll never get bored. Head to factormeals.com/RICO50. Use code RICO50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code RICO50 at factormeals.com/RICO50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Thank you to Factor.
Want to do
Mortals.
sorry. Bleep that. Hank,
Boston College.
that's my mortal
Is
as
the
well.
quarterback
Fuck.
playing? Is the quarterback playing?
Is the quarterback playing?
I don't know.
He didn't play last week. That's why I took Western Kentucky. Easy winner. If he's not playing, you got to scratch that. He didn't play last week. That's why they struggled.
He must be because it went from 3 to 1.5, right?
It's 1.5.
Yeah, it opened at 3 though.
Yeah.
I think he's doing all right. I thought he showed up ready to go today and had decent practice, and Grace will be ready to go. So we have 2 guys who can play, no doubt about it. So it sounds like he's back.
So if he's back, I like that pick. All right, give me BC then on my card.
Yeah, that's my mortal as well, Hank. Zoopy.
I'm going Alabama minus 22.5 at Vandy.
Ooh.
He's listed as questionable, undisclosed, by the way, the quarterback. But
Jack.
I'm going Georgia minus 24.
Ooh. At home against
Auburn.
Dude, that guy Hugh Freeze, he can't stop throwing everyone under the bus.
Nope.
yeah,
His quote where he said, what did he say? He said something like, I'm not going to talk about, he's like, I'm not going to talk about the things in the past, but if you know what the roster was like, you'll know that, like, I have no chance. It's like just killing everyone. All right, Ebo, 5-0 man.
Yeah, Oregon State minus 11.5 at home.
Give it to me.
against.
Colorado State.
Give it to me.
Okay.
Put it on my card. Dave.
Clemson 14.5 at FSU. FSU sucks.
Yeah, and Clemson is like all the way back to be.
That
like,
was my biggest bet of the week last week. SMU easy money.
Yeah, Clemson is like they're gonna have a great season. They played Georgia week 1. And
Yes,
everyone got off the
and FSU thinks DJ Ungululia. I don't know how he's in so many commercials. I hadn't really paid attention. He's like, they're listing like, it'll be like Milrow and like Carson Beck and Shador and DJ Ungululia in a commercial. It's like, this guy is horrible.
Is he hurt though?
I hope not.
I think he is.
I hope he played the whole game.
DJ's out this week. It's Brock Glenn who subbed in last year.
Yeesh.
Wait, the
All
guy
right.
who played in the ACC championship game that couldn't complete a pass?
I mean, they gotta have nothing.
I
if
think
that guy's
he
playing.
subbed in at one point. I'm not sure if he was the ACC championship guy. He went 0 for 4 last week.
Brock Glenn.
Give me Clemson by a milli. That's my mortal.
Rico, finish us off. I'm looking up Brock Glenn real quick, Dave.
Doesn't even matter. I don't care.
He is the guy who played in the ACC championship game, went 8 for 21 for 55 yards.
Although DJ's good for a couple picks where he just whips the ball. It's like he throws the ball off his receiver's hands because he throws it 100 miles per hour from a foot away.
He's also good for like some really like hilariously bad sacks where he thinks he can get out of it, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Rico.
Tulane minus 14.5 against UAB. UAB can't defend the run. Tulane can run all over them. I loved what I saw out of Tulane last week. Hated what I saw out of UAB. I think these teams are in opposite directions. I'll take Tulane minus the 14.5.
That almost is such a classic Rico loss, even the way he just explained it.
Well, it's on the season. They're 124th defending the run.
I hated what I saw out of UAB last week. I loved what I saw at Tulane this week.
UAB got killed by
I know.
Navy last week.
Yeah, I know. And I had Tulane, so I won on that. It was an easy winner.
Yeah, like Tulane a lot.
I'm a rider, but it makes me want to take UAB.
Yeah, that was rider
I'm
central.
telling you, UAB is different this year. Not the team we used to love.
Yeah, but you are like you've been like last week. Tulane did this, UAB did this.
Yeah,
add them together, easy.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's why you're basically always the bottom of the standings every year.
That's why you don't have a Pat Hill trophy.
And you may never have a Pat Hill trophy.
I know that's what sucks. We started the trophy. I had it for the first 4 or 5 years, and then I gave it up.
What? Oh,
the first 4 or 5 years of the show, I definitely have trophies.
Oh, when you did the Bosco loose change in the bottom, that pick was 7 units.
When we didn't really track it.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever you say.
When we weren't
somebody
tracking
used to track
picks.
it. They used to track it.
No, it was when you'd be
there
like,
was third parties that tracked it, and I was high on the
when Bosco would go like 2 and 8, but he'd be like plus 17 units.
He had the whack winner at like 40 to 1 or something.
Yeah. You definitely won a trophy that year. Yeah. When you used to go, remember how silent you would literally, if you lost a big bet, we just wouldn't hear from you for like days.
Yeah.
You've gotten better.
Times, man.
You've gotten better. All right. Good show, boys. See everyone next week.
See ya.